Added to the NBA in 1979, the three-point line brought balance to a lopsided game, where smaller or less athletic players that were once pretty much just there to pass the ball now had a new powerful weapon in their arsenal. You no longer had to be a 7-foot giant or a freak of an athlete to make a real impact on the game. The three-point line was and still is the greatest addition to the game in the history of basketball. Or is it?
As I'm watching the game, I'm going, Phoenix is so much better than them tonight. But this was the argument for, maybe actually an argument against three-pointers and the value, the absurd value they have in relationship to the rest of the ways you can score. The three-pointer is worth way too much. Every time it felt like Dallas was about to get blown out, they found a way to survive with three-pointers enough. I thought it was a very good argument for, is the three-pointer actually stupid? Because I felt like the separation between the two teams was so obvious in watching it. But hey, we have this other thing that we can do. We're just going to keep shooting threes the entire time.
Is the three-pointer overpowered? 76ers president Daryl Morey seems to believe so. He thinks that they're so unbalanced that they shouldn't even be worth 3 points, but instead only be worth 2.5 points. So to put an end to this debate, I removed the three-pointer. Painstakingly going through all 1,230 regular season games in the 2022-23 season and tediously changing the value of three-pointers to two-pointers. And surprisingly, about an eighth of the games, over 150, were altered thanks to this new rule. Looking over at the regular season standings, you'd think the Warriors, a team built by three-pointers, would suffer the most. But the Jazz, Pacers, Celtics and Mavericks all outdid them. The Mavericks lost 16 more games without the three, winning only 22 games. On the other hand, the Lakers had the most success with this rule change, winning 10 more games without threes, going from a fringe playoff team to a top 3 team in the West. Ending the 2023 three-pointerless regular season, your most valuable player is still Joel Embiid, with an average of 32.1 points. There's a few obvious changes, with Steph Curry falling out of the top 15 with 24.5 points per game. Zion jumps up to 9th, but other than that, pretty similar. But nothing matters more than the playoffs. Who will win the NBA championship in the three-pointerless league? First round seems pretty similar. Milwaukee and Minnesota take an extra win. Second round, 76ers vs Celtics doesn't go to a Game 7. In the conference finals, Lakers don't get swept. And finally, the NBA finals once again. Miami vs Denver. Who will win? The Nuggets. Nothing changed. Now, how has hardly anything changed after removing the most game-changing aspect of basketball? It's a simple answer. The three-point line is perfect. Looking at the shot value for three-pointers in yellow and the two-pointers in blue, between 1990 and 2018, throughout the last 3 decades, the average three-point attempt was more efficient than a two-pointer. Threes, on average, being valued at around 1.03 points per shot attempt, and two-pointers being worth 0.96 points per shot attempt. This is what started the debate on if the three was too valuable. But in the past 5 seasons, for the first time since the introduction of the three-point shot, the two-pointer has become just as valuable as the three-pointer, even surpassing it a little bit. The NBA has never been this balanced. Now, let's see what Daryl Morey's 2.5 point shot would do. As you can see in grey, the 2.5 point shot is incredibly invaluable. What's the point of taking this shot? Might as well not have an extra line. The 2.5 point shot becomes too risky to take and outweighs the reward. Not to mention the scores would look like this. The three-pointer could not be more perfect and balanced as it is. It's changed the game and will continue to do so.